celebrating the world's most popular sport. This is Ultimate Soccer. And now your host, here's Soccer Steve.
Welcome back in, guys. Right now we're going to talk about Concacaf and VAR, Video Assistant Referee. It's coming to Concacaf. One of the teams getting it really soon. I tell you what, we'll talk about that right after we hear from FIFA referee Dave Gantar. Now, the interview to Dave Gantar is down below if you haven't heard it. Dave Gantar, FIFA referee. We interviewed Dave a month ago. Within that interview, he said this about VAR. Take a listen.
Look, the expense for VAR is astronomical. Like, it is not a cheap date. And on top of that, there are certain stadiums where VAR is better implemented versus others where it's not. So you have a combination of the quality that's required for VAR as well as the expense that is, I think, for CONCACAF has steered them away from it for a period of time. I have heard, though, that CONCACAF is for the remaining World Cup qualifiers now kind of going forward in January. I've heard they are going to bring VAR in.
You can also get that interview at the Ultimate Soccer Show online, theultimatesoccershow.com online. Go there anytime. Link is down below. Now, why VAR in CONCACAF now? I mean, we're 8 games through. Why the last 6 games? What's the big deal? Why the big fuss? We've had 8 games without it. The big fuss came in the last round where Jamaica were playing the USA in Kingston, and it was 1-1 at the time. 84th minute comes along. Jamaica gets a goal. The referee disallows it for a foul in the penalty area, claiming that the defender had been fouled by the forward. When you look at that goal, there's daylight between these guys. There was never a foul. And the referee, Juan Gabriel Calderon, from Costa Rica, he made a big mistake. Big mistake. And we all make errors. I mean, he's human. Come on, like, he's just a guy. But that was a big mistake for Jamaica. Not necessarily for the USA. There's our good man, Juan Gabriel Calderon, from Costa Rica, Costa Rican referee. He made a mistake. Big deal. It happens. It happens. But like I say, it was big for Jamaica. And it was also gratuitous for the USA. Why gratuitous? Well, it gave them a point where probably they shouldn't have had any points at all. Now, VAR, there's a couple of statements I want you to look at. Check these two out right now. Going to leave them up for 7 seconds apiece. Have a read. When we look at those two billboards, what I'm saying is this, is the poorer countries over time in CONCACAF have not had the funds to actually get it off the ground to supply VAR in stadiums or absorb that cost. It's an enormous cost to set up VAR in a stadium. And small countries don't have that extra cash available. You see, it's not only just installing the equipment, it's having people trained. And then FIFA's going to say, well, you know, there's a competition going along. We need to have some of your trained personnel go there and officiate as a neutral refereeing team, which is very normal in the game, which has been going on for a long, long time. You know, you get referees from a different region within the same continent, but a different country referees 2 different teams. Yeah, it's been going that way. You know what I'm talking about. So they're going to have to pay for that. They're also going to have to pay for the equipment, the monitoring, and then their leagues take it on board. And one of the leagues that's taking it on board is the Jamaican Premier League. And they're getting trained right now and have been for, I'd say, about the last week plus. So it's really new there. And it's going to be really new in the next round at qualifying. See, Kingston on the 27th, well, they get to play Mexico. That game will have VAR in that stadium, making it 4 countries guaranteed to be having VAR. Because moving forward, it's a grey area what CONCACAF puts out. You can go to their website and it says about what teams are in line to be able to give you VAR or what suitable stadiums they have to bring VAR, well, 9 times out of 10, it comes down to cost. That's the bottom line. If you got the money, you can train people. You can train the whole wide world if you got the money, and you can get the equipment too. So it really does come down to cost. And like I said prior to, it's an enormous cost on the little countries that really didn't want to absorb this change in the game. They're quite happy with just having a shirt, pair of boots, and let's get it on, right? Yeah, so you got to say, what were they thinking? What were they thinking? But moving forward, like I say, all games should be using VAR. That's what they're telling us, that all games are going to use VAR. And another thing is that if you've got VAR in your stadium and it's already set up, then there's no reason why that shouldn't happen. There's games coming where we don't have a guarantee on every country being able to supply VAR right now. But we do know now that 4 will have it. Mexico, Canada, the USA, and now Jamaica. Jamaica has a lot to lose in the next 6 games. They got a lot of friends high up at FIFA. That's why this has been brought forward. 1 game, 1 referee's mistake, 1 round of football, 1 round of Concacaf soccer has helped to bring it forward. It can't be any other way. And I'm amazed, literally amazed, why the other little countries haven't said to FIFA, it's your company. We're playing under your rules. You should supply the paint if we're going to paint the walls, governor. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't expect any of the countries to pay for the equipment. It's FIFA's company. You're under their flagship. If they want to stop you playing a game in your own country, they will. Hence, why do you think Vancouver hasn't had many games in the last little while? I could tell you why. It's because of FIFA. FIFA sanction where a game goes. Your country might decide, I want 5 games. Fine, you can have 5 games, but we want them playing in these cities, okay? That's what we're sanctioning. Bang, you got to go with it. So, others, I tell you, it's the money thing at the end of the day with the VAR. You got to go with that. And it's a big expense, like I tell you. And it's the big countries that don't have the problem supplying it because they got the bucks. And it's just part of the game, staying in tune with what they've got because they've been doing it for years in the big league. So you got to say, dollars, mate, dollars. That's what it makes it sense. Now, other sports using video assistant refereeing. It seems to be seamless. There never seems to be any drama. It seems to be quite professional, and they get a decision in quick fashion. And it's been going on, like, I've watched it in hockey for a long, long time, and I was always amazed. I mean, this is before football, before soccer had VAR. I'm talking years ago. And I was always amazed with the Hockey League, the National Hockey League, how crisp, fast, and how good the video replay was. Especially, was that puck over the line? Did somebody actually kick it in? You know, right down to the fine art. Hockey, like basketball, like football, rugby, they got it down perfect. Even field hockey and cricket. Yeah, cricket have Hawkeyes, like a technology to help the game. So why do soccer have so many issues with getting the call right? I mean, look, I watched the game the other day. It took 4 minutes to get the decision done. And I'm like, you know what? Your 4 minutes not only was correct by a Nats knacker, but you killed the vibe in the stadium while they're all waiting for it. And because the decision went against the stadium, you totally doubled down on killing the atmosphere. That atmosphere in the crowd never came back for the last 30 minutes. The refereeing decision, I'm not blaming the ref, but I'm saying it's changing the way the game is either celebrated or not celebrated. How many times recently have you seen teams around the world score a goal? Now they're taking reviews after every goal just to see it's good. And, you know, they sometimes get the decision wrong or they get it right. But if you celebrated a goal, now you're waiting how long it takes, and then you're going to celebrate again. Nonsense. It's nonsense. I'm not against technology in the game. Give me the 4 officials on the field, give me goal line technology, and please move the rest to a side. The human touch in the game is being damaged right now. And it really is the human touch that we need to stay in the game. It's that physicality that makes it great. And that goal for Jamaica, what we were talking about earlier, is the human touch that would have allowed that goal to have happened in the true sense and flow and beauty of the game. I'm not against technology, guys, but you have to admit, VAR is making the game very robotic, where for decades and over a century, it has flowed like the beautiful game should. Okay? It's just a point I'm making there, but VAR's coming. It's coming this round. January 27th it's coming. I'm going to keep my eye really close to the wheel on where it's going to be appearing. But the big 4 teams, like I told you, they should be supplying VAR moving forward. It's Jamaica that's done us all a big favour. Oh yeah, they've really done us all a massive favour by getting it into the game. And you got to say, thank you, Jamaica, really. I don't know if you're going to make it to the World Cup. I hope you can, but I don't think you will. I think the top 4 is as it is. But VAR may well rule out a game or 2 moving forward. You never know. So there you go. CONCACAF's coming. I'll keep you informed with more when I get it. I'm quite happy for the game to have VAR moving forward. And my only question is, why not at the beginning of qualifying? I mean, we've got 8 games already. We're not the only confederation without VAR. CAF, they don't have it. The big African Federation, they don't have it. And I'm like, why not? FIFA, you got to start getting people in them places and get them set up so that everybody is on the same page. You can't have people playing on 2 sides of a coin. Everybody has to be equal. And you also have to say that you're the law of the game. If you can't supply the tools, how do you expect the laws to be enforced correctly? Yeah? Seriously. So, VAR's coming. I told you now. I'll keep my eye on where it's coming next and what more information breaks out. And to be honest with you, it's a good thing for the big teams to be protected. That's one of the big things. And it's Jamaica, who's a big team that wants to be protected moving forward. They made the protest. FIFA's reacted, has told CONCACAF clearly a direction to move within. CONCACAF knows for sure they can't get it done overall in every small island country, but that's where it's headed. So we've made some headway. VAR's coming through. Jamaica, Mexico. Jamaica's quite happy about that. I bet you they are. Okay, guys, take it easy. Keep subscribing. Thanks for the subscribers. Thanks for posting the comments down below, and spread this to everybody you know. And the next thing we're going to be talking about is another topic about 3 games for Canada. Next video I'm going to touch on is the final 3 games. Let's see what that says to you. Okay, guys, thanks very much. Big punch to the heart for you. And we're top of the table. We got to stay there. That's where we belong. 6 games to go. But I told you in the last video, we're going to Qatar. And if it fails in there, with a 7-point lead like we've got right now, but if that fails, we've always got the playoff game, if we finish 4th, against possibly, most likely New Zealand, in a one-off game at a neutral stadium. Hey, let's just hope we don't get this guy. I'm joking. I wouldn't mind if we did. But anyway, talk to you soon, probably tomorrow, with another big show. Cheers, guys. Have a great night. And, hey, be well. Stay safe. Cheers.
This is Ultimate Soccer with Soccer Steve.